Hey YouTube, Sound Arcana back for another Yu-Gi-Oh video. Today I'm going to be reviewing my adjusted Exosister Fiendsmith Vaal deck list. My previous list, I took the locals, didn't do so well. Basically what happened was it was nothing but a breakfast. I adjusted this by removing all the Nibiru hate because I feel like Nibiru just isn't that great of a card anymore. I also managed to cut the deck size down to 40, and it's actually been functioning much better than my previous list. So with that being said, let's get straight into the deck. Starting with the monsters, we're basically, actually, no. We're doing this based on engines. For the Exosister engine, it's all standard 3 Martha, along with 3 Ellis for the monsters. Basically, this is the only pair that we play, because you really only need 3 of each of these, because Stella, not that great without another Exosister in hand, and Sophia is basically just a free draw, and Irene, we don't need to talk about Irene. And for the spell portion of the Exosister stuff, again, playing 3 packs, because this card can literally search anything with Exosister in its name. So, of course, we play that. And then, of course, we play 1 Vanis as our Michaelis search target. In some scenarios, this can just end a game with the summon of a Sulfiel. And this is on, I want to say, equal footing to Returnia. Only, unlike Returnia, this doesn't have the restrictions. Now, when I took this deck to locals, there were situations where I really wanted Returnia, but considering how well this new build functions, you don't need Returnia at all. So that is it for the Exosister portion of the main deck. The next engine that we are going to talk about is the Fiendsmith engine, which it's different than the Fiendsmith engine in my last list. And basically this, we're playing 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, and 1 Lurie. And we're also playing the 1 Tract. Tract, though it did peak at $80 a while ago, it's actually a lot cheaper now. In fact, I got mine for like $20. It came in bent, but it was an easy fix. And it should be fine. Basically, but what Tract does is basically it can add a Light Fiend. So we can add Engraver, Lacrima, Lurie. Heck, we can even add Daimono off of this if we wanted. So this is basically just a 4th copy of Daimono. And it is a very good card. In fact, this is the reason why I got rid of all my Nibiru hate. Because now that we have Tract, if we do get nibbed, we at least have something to do. Because now at this point, we don't need to use Vaalmonica to bridge into Fiendsmith anymore. If we have Engraver or Tract, we can just go into Fiendsmith. And then at that point, if we get nibbed or not, we can just go through our basic combo and have the Fiendsmith stuff available. And the reason we only play 1 Tract is because we have 3 Engraver. Why would you need more Tracked when you literally have 3 of the card to search it? And Lurry, its effect is pretty much whenever it's discarded, it can special summon itself. So that's really why you play Tracked with the Lurry, because basically the combo goes like this. Activate Tracked, add Lurry, discard Lurry, special summon Lurry, link into Requiem, then Fiendsmith combo. Which is why Tracked is so good as a Fiendsmith starter, and also great when you're playing around hand traps as well. Our next engine is going to be the Vaalmonica engine, which it is going to be very similar to the last list. So basically, we have 3 Celatrice, 3 Angelo, 3 Daimano, 3 of the field spell search, 2 Shelta, 1 Invitar, 1 Versar, and 1 Followed Rhythm. Pretty much this engine is the same as my last adjustment. Pretty much this is like the backbone for the deck, pretty much allowing the entire thing to function. Yeah, pretty much just 2 card combos that accomplish something great. Vaalmonica can branch into Fiendsmith, which is why Fiendsmith Vaalmonica is a thing. And the pendulums actually banish cards from the graveyard, which can trigger Martha. So that is why you've seen some people on Master Duel build Vaalmonica Exosister lists, because the pendulums trigger Martha. That is it for the Vaalmonica portion of the deck. Now, all that's left is the non-engine, which, for the non-engine, it's, again, very simple and definitely not standard. 3 Fuelos and 3 Ash, Blossom, and Joyous Spring, and 1 copy of Called by the Grave. I would add more non-engine to this. In fact, I'm actually waiting for my copy of Triple Tactics Talent at the moment. So this list will definitely is subject to change as soon as I get my new cards. But so far, this deck has honestly been doing pretty okay, even without talent. But I still recommend that you have talent, because Called by the Grave is not enough as a solo card. Banless Take, please bring Called by back to 2. I mean, the Dominus cards exist, and you're just going to use it to counter the Mulch armies. Called by the Grave is fair. So, with that, pretty much it for the non-engine. We just have the extra deck left at this point. In which case, our extra deck, very similar to last time. The Exosister portion is just 1 Magnifica, 3 Macalis, 1 Caspitel, 1 Asulfiel, and that is it. Also, for those of you who are wondering, I did get rarity upgrades for my Exosister deck, so my Caspitels went from rare to ultra rare, and my Returnias are also super rares now and not commons. So if you do notice that the rarities of my cards are different, that is why. I'm playing Baguska just as something I could go into, because it's broken for a rank 4 card. Then I'm playing 2 Zaburfa and 1 Duraloom still. We make Zaburfa more than we do Duraloom, but they're both really great when you can make them. We play more Zaburfa because Zaburfa is easier to make than Duraloom is. I mean, they do have the same requirement of an effect monster, but they have an effect where they can't be summoned unless they have 3 resonance counters on their respective pendulum form. Pretty much, for Zaburfa, you need 3 resonance counters on Daimono, and for Duraloom, you need 3 counters on Angelo. Angelo's life point gain effects, they're all luck-based, whereas Zaburfa's are a guarantee, which is why Zaburfa is easier to make than Duraloom is. And then for the rest of the extra deck, I'm just playing SP Little Knight. And then I am playing Moon of the Closed Heaven this time because I'm trying to play around D-Barrier. Because honestly, I don't really care for the board wipe anymore. And I wish to avoid D-Barrier. And then I'm just playing my Fiendsmith package again with 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Agnum Day, and 1 Desiree. Pretty much, I don't play the Caesar stuff because I don't have Caesar, and also I think the main argument that Fiendsmith is oppressive comes from the fact that it can make Caesar. Like, it's not the Fiendsmith engine itself, it's Caesar that causes it to be as oppressive as people say it is. In which case, if you prioritize Desiree over Caesar, it's not that oppressive. Like, yeah, Desiree has a negate, and it can negate 5 cards, but those negates are all, like, at one time. It's not like Apollosa, where you can activate them whenever you want. It's more like if you use its negate, that is it. You can't use it again. So Fiendsmith is actually a lot more fair than some might think. So with that pretty much being it for the extra deck, let's get into the side deck, which there are definitely some changes to the side deck that I made thanks to the new decks, Yummy, Kane, and Canine, pretty much being absolute dominant powerhouses. And I am expecting a complete Yummy format. By the way, shout out to Grant. He's a guy I go to locals with, and pretty much he pretty much told me that the format might be a tier 0 Yummy format, so that's why I'm preparing more for like Yummy than I am Canine. However, I am still prepping for other decks. Like, I am playing the 3 Lancias because you never know, someone might play Malice. I am playing the 1 Chaos Hunter, again, for Malice. I am side decking Droll and Lockbird now because I don't think... Like, this is mainly for Ryziel and Malice as well. I'm also playing the Kashtira package with 3 Unicorn and this time 2 Fenrir. The 2 Fenrir, the reason I bumped it to 2 is because pretty much this is pretty much the same thing as Dino Wrestler Pankratops, which is a great Yummy counter. I'm also playing a single berth for the Kashtira engine. I am playing 3 copies of Thrust and an Artifact Sanctum. Just to round off the extra deck. One thing I should also make note is, even though talent is at 1, Thrust can actually search it. So if you want to have more copies of talent, just play 2 Thrust. Like, it doesn't matter that it's at 1. In fact, Crossout, though it's at 1, actually does have a few cards that can replicate its effect, which, whenever I think of cards that have a Crossout Designator-like effect, I think of cards like Prohibition and Salesman, which pretty much are just free versions of Crossout Designator. Of course, Prohibition is a continuous spell that requires actually staying on the field, And Sales Ban locks you out of that card permanently, but if you don't play the card, then you're fine. So pretty much that is going to be it for the deck profile. I hope that my new 40 card list does a whole lot better than my 43 to 45 card list did. I will be doing a combo video to sort of follow up this. I will not be taking down the combo introductory video purely for the fact that I'm pretty sure anybody who does their research can figure out the tracked combo for Fiendsmith. And two, the combos that were in that video are still roughly about the same for this deck. So there really is no need for me to make a follow-up video similar to that. Anyway, if you stayed for the whole thing, thank you so much. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with friends. The support really does mean a lot, especially for a teen creator like myself. Okay. It helps. So please, like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. It means a lot. Thank you so much for watching. This is Silent Arcana, and I will see you all soon. Bye, guys.